Everybody. It is St. Patrick's Day. Welcome to St. Patrick's Day. It's your friend Ben on Ben's Brick Designs. Um, Happy St. Patrick's Day. I realize a lot of people are spending time at home instead of being out, so I appreciate you being here. Um, I hope you've got a beverage, and I hope you got something to watch, and I hope you've got some corned beef hash and some other stuff going on. It's good to have you here if you are here. I'm going to try and do something a little interesting. I'm basically fighting today with, there's a live stream of Dropkick Murphys, and I'm going to try to watch it at the same time, so I hope I don't get the sound's crap on it now, so I can't really watch it. But hi, Glenn. How's it going? So I'm going to have Facebook chat up on this, and I'm going to try to have the rest of the chat up on a different monitor, so I'm going to be jumping back and forth. Anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day. The beverage of choice tonight is my good old Temptress Ale. Live stream offline. Ha 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 ha. So it just the sound was all bad, and so they're going to redo it, I'm sure. So anyway, we may go without a little music tonight until Dropkick Murphys figures out their live stream concert tonight. So anyway, what I was going to work on tonight is, if you can see in the background here, we'll do this ship is the Meson Martinet. Now, we actually did see this ship in... Hi, Brick Trooper. How's it going on YouTube? We did see this ship in The Force Awakens. There it is. So I'm going to have a little bit of Dropkick Murphys in the background, which means my channel is going to be yanked. But I wanted to watch it. It's in the background. The live stream will be airing soon, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, green shirt for St. Patrick's Day. Got my Lego Brick Fist of Pride going on. This ship was seen at during the Force Awakens when what's his name, Finn, goes off and decides to leave the group and wants to go to the Outer Rim to go, get away from his life. And so this is Sidon Ithano's ship. I forget what the guy's name is. Sidon Ithano. And he is this dude. He is a fantastic looking character. I want more stories with him. I'm going to have to look up more stories with him. You can see there's a bit of crew here, and I think there might have been a comic book involved with this. But I think these were the two guys that you see in Maz's Cantina. So, hi Daniel, hi Glenn, hi Nate, how's it going? Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Hi Brick Trooper, Deppy Shep Bricks. Hope you guys are having a good day. So anyway, but before we start that, I wanted to finish up a little bit of the CSS1 that we were working on last time. So as you can see, I want to make sure I've got the scene on right here. As you can see, this is where we left it off last time. I'm also going to try something. I haven't... trying to figure out where to put the palette. If there's a way to move the palette to the side. I've seen people move this palette. Yeah, I have to look at how to get the palette over to the side, because I've seen people do that, but I don't know how they did it. Anyway, so this is where we left off, and I basically just want to get this tied up, and then we can move over to the Meson Martinet and drink and listen to some Dropkick Murphys.
I think playing to the
Lego Geek, hi, how's it going, man? Good to see you. So, I hope everybody's having an okay time with their, oh, you know what? With their self-isolation. I think it's, I'm going to mute this until the concert starts. I know it's been rough on everybody, and I know there's been like, you know, grocery hoarding and weird crowds, and it's just kind of been a nightmare. You know, this is our, we're living through a bit of history here with this nonsense, so it's a little unfortunate that we have to, but, you know, there's no prophetic stance in that. I'm just kind of talking. Steve from Toronto on the Facebooks, how's it going, man? Good to see you. I think it'll probably be cheaper to do this. Let's see. I'm doing well. Lego Geek, how's it going? I appreciate you coming by. I feel fine right now. 12 cents. Hopefully my dogs are behaving themselves in the other room because they are unsupervised. I'm going to be doing this a little. Beth gets off it. Beth still has to work today, y'all. She works from home with her day job, but then she's got a part-time job, and they still are having people go to work, and it's not great. I don't particularly like it, but let's see, this can all be dark red. Well, that doesn't have to be. So, you know, what are you going to do, really? Buy 4 plate. Let's see. Feels like the Baby Yoda stuff all over again. Overhyping the beer virus. Yeah. Synthetic Mason, man. How's it going? It's good to see you. Yeah, that's the thing. I've got time to sort. I've got time to do stuff. To do some building. To do some of this extra nonsense. And to be honest, I do this stuff at night anyway, so it's not like I'm missing out on anything. I could do this every night, but I decide, you know, that I want to play Battlefront, or I'm going to go hang out with my friends, or, you know, I'm going to have dinner with my kids, which I probably can't this week because Beth works retail, which means my kids are, you know, one of them is kind of, they both have asthma-like symptoms, and so I don't want to. I understand if they can't come over if they're susceptible to that. That totally makes sense. It's kind of a bummer, but, you know, what are you going to do? Oh, I just had an idea. So here's another thing I was going to do. I'm going to flip over to, nope. Oh, haven't been on, so here we are. Does that do that? It does. Okay. So for those who haven't seen, this is the new thing that I'm going to be doing. You probably have seen it on Instagram if you follow. Hopefully I'm not streaming too many things at once because it looks like something locked up. This is the new thing that I'm doing with all my microfighters. I've got a little light box now that I'm able to take some really nice pictures of, which means now I have to go get nice new parts so that the lighting actually looks nice on this and you don't see dingy parts with scratches and stuff. But I also am starting to build little vignettes. I've seen one other person do the vignettes with this, and I think it's a really neat idea. So I'm going to go back and do this with all these and then take a bunch of more pictures, and you guys get to see these. So that's the little road on Corellia that he's driving his Mobcat speeder along. This is the scene is Navarro, where basically the whole show starts. That's the little arch in front of the town, and there's a couple little buildings with little archways in the buildings, and then, you know, some cracked ground around it for the Razor Crest. So I've only done a couple, and I did this for because I don't have any idea what to do with the Lucre Hulk. It's space, got some stars and a black background. I thought about maybe trying to put a curved bit of stuff in here in green and blue to do Naboo, but I don't know what pieces would be good for that. so I'm going to have to, dig into that a little bit. But anyway, that's the newest thing, because they used to be these tile plates with this nice little display on them. And I still might use these from time to time, but, I like the vignettes better. I think they look a little more, I think Lego could probably get away with doing that for Microfighters, and they don't, so, let's give them some ideas for that. So anyway, back to designing. All right. Yeah, the diorama for the Microfighters is really nice. Thank you, Lego Geek. I really only need to 1x2 plate Technic. Yeah, there's no way this is going to be in that color. Yep. What colors is it available in? Quite a bit, actually. Red. Reddish brown. So, yeah, that's not going to fit. I wanted to connect this somehow up here, but I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, because nothing is really going to fit in there. Maybe a tile. Let's see what we got for modified plates and stuff that I could just cram in there. This is going to be too big. Yeah. I'm going to check on this over here. I love it. Maybe float an asteroid in there for the space ones. That would be a good thing for, like, I think the Millennium Falcon would be a good one to have, like, an asteroid or the little worm or something like that. Oh, here we go. Sweet. Oh, I'm turning the chat off. I don't need the chat. Can I close the chat? Hide the chat. All right, so Dropkick Murphys Live. If you aren't watching, I completely get it. Go to YouTube and look up the Dropkick Murphys is doing a live concert on YouTube right now. So totally awesome. Go check it out. 1x1 round dark red tile. Well, yeah, I could do. Wait, round. Like right here. These should come in dark red. I want some to connect this, but I don't know what. That's what I was looking for. Something that's got like a, it's modified, but it may have a little something on top. It's one of those where I know it when I see it. I'm a little bummed because this is one of my favorite days, and can't really do anything with it because everybody's closed. All the bars are closed. All the restaurants are closed. See, nothing's going to be dark red, though. The Lucre Hulk. Hey, Titus Huey, thanks for dropping by, man. I appreciate it. Or do Separatist Fleet like Munificence. Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking. The first time you see this is actually Phantom Menace, and it's of these battleships. As far as I can tell, there's no other Munificent, or what's the other one? Starts with an R, like not recalcitrant, but there's like 2 or 3 different kind of CIS frigates and battleships and cruisers, and I've done Microfighter designs for all of them. But what I could do is probably make little bitty ones like right along here, kind of floating around the edge. That would actually be pretty cool. I was thinking about that. Yeah, but in terms of like straight Naboo design, it was only it looked like it was about 20 20 to 25 maybe. I'll have to look up the stats on that. Ships doing this blockade around Naboo, and it was all Lucrehulk battleships, which I haven't seen. Like even in Clone Wars, when they're like some in the fleet, it's like one Lucrehulk and like a bunch of Munificents and a bunch of oh god, what is the name of those? I can't think of them now. Anyway, what program is that thing using behind the times on digital building? Oh, Synthetic Mason. This is Studio. This is Bricklink's free tool that you can get from their site. And it's basically just a CAD program, but it has Bricklink's, I won't say Bricklink's whole library, but it does have a fairly in-depth library. And they add parts to it all the time. I've used this for just about everything. I use this to design the Capitol, which this actually will do a 65,000 piece model. It'll slow your machine down, but it'll work. And then I've used it for almost everything that I've done. I've built instructions off of it. I've designed stuff for people. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm using. And it's a I love it. I know some people are like, no, L draw forever. Oh, that'll actually work. How far off is that? It's like collision. Oh, that's too much. Alright, maybe not. But that is a good color. The idea of the vignette being microscale under the builds. Yeah, I'm excited to pull them all out of their Ziploc bags right now and then like rebuild all their stands. Even the store-bought ones, the official designs, I'm going to go back and try to put. There's going to be a lot of kind of vague landscapes and stuff, but I mean, you know, I think the one I really wanted to do was the prototype B-wing. I got a design idea from another builder for it and for the B-wing, and then I just adapted it for the prototype Blade Wing from Rebels, and is that gonna collide? Huh. You know what? Let's call it a day. Alright, so that's all connected. Now we just need to connect this and maybe do some greebling or something back here. One point. Hinge. Anyway, I had designed one where it was the Blade Wing, the prototype one, and then below it, it was standing on like basically, because where they find the ship, it's like in this windy rock formation kind of area that everything's kind of foggy and you can't really see and you have to be able to like do all these weird maneuvers. And so I thought it'd be really cool to have like those kind of spires and canyon bits kind of coming up around the B-wing. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. I have to get out of this habit of saying we when I'm talking on this thing, because it's not like I've got a ton of people working with me or something. Like I've got a staff. Let's do everybody. So yeah, if you can go watch this concert, do it. I think it's really great that they're doing stuff like this. I think a lot more people are doing it. I wish this was. I know that Flogging Molly did something like that earlier this week, where they just kind of had a shout out to everybody. This should have. Oh, that is perfect. Look at that hot nonsense. I'm just a little bit excited about that. I'm going to really quick look up. This is CSS1, Aurelian Star Shuttle, images. I'll get back to that guy in a second. There was somebody who'd done a bunch of images that had the back end of it. See, and I don't want to look at any Lego stuff because I don't want to get, especially if it's a Microfighter, don't want to be influenced. That's actually funny. That's one of mine. But it's not the Meson Martinet. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up because that's not it at all, but it has that. Huh, interesting. Remind me to do that later. I'm going to do that tonight when I'm looking at stuff. Alright, where'd that go? I think this is it. The B-Wing is my favorite Star Wars ship, says Titus Huey. Live thing. Yeah, it's fun fact, my favorite Star Wars ship is the B-Wing, and I like B-Wings. B-Wings are the coolest ship in the whole Rebel fleet. Titus, do you like B-Wings? I hear you. Hey, yo, dog, I hear you like B-Wings. Alright, I can't really tell. The light is really bright here, so I'm just going to kind of take a guess that this is not... Alright, so I'm going to close some of these because this takes a lot of bandwidth to do. First thing that needs to happen is I need to figure out how to get that to attach. It is actually one of my favorite ships too. I think there's a great painting like when the B-Wings were like brand new in Return of the Jedi and everyone was like, what is this new ship? And there's a great painting where two of them are kind of angling away from an exploding Star Destroyer. It's been out forever, but it's literally one of my favorite images of Star Wars like of all time. I'm a big fan of any kind of pilot book, like groups of pilots coming together, like Rogue Squadron was a great series of books, and the games and everything. Alphabet Squadron I really like. I've always been a big fan of Wedge because he's the, I'm a pilot. That's what I do. I fly around and I shoot stuff. But he's there when you need him, right? There is a piece, but it's not... It's not going to be red. Nope. Can I do dark gray? Yes. This might be a bit of a cheat because you're not supposed to do this to these 1x1s because it apparently stresses the friction pin in there, but I'm going to be okay with it for right now because I want to get this done and move on. And then I can do 2x1 inverted slope. What are the odds? What are the odds? This will work. Very low. Yeah, because it's got to get in there. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing that can't be red too, but I don't know what else to do with it at this point. All right, and I need to figure out how to cap these engines. I think I might just do... Because I wanted to put a wheel on here, but... Hi, Matt Tong. I'm going to wave to all you people. Wave, 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 wave. I'm waving to all the people who are watching. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube or Twitch or Mixer channel, please, I would love a subscription from you. That would be completely awesome. That way you know when I stream next time. So right now I think I'm just going to do a 2x2 plates. We're going to color this dark gray. And we're going to be done with it. I'm going to put some yellow dots in here and call it a day because I want to move on to the other model. Alright, you know what? Front row seats to Dropkick Murphys. It's not the worst thing that's happened. Trans neon yellow or trans yellow? I think yellow. So at some point I'm going to have to go get more beverage. Slancha. I am encouraging everybody tonight to drink. What's this? Han Solo Speeder? Negative, Chris. That is a negative, Ghost Rider. This is a CSS-1 Corellian Star Shuttle with Episode 1, Senator Palpatine. Does this have any blasters, comic tropes? No, it does not. Well, as far as I know, it doesn't have any. It's basically an escort, or it's a diplomatic shuttle. And I'm going to put something under here. 1 by 2 hinge. The next ship that I'm going to work on may have blasters. But we shall see, because I don't really know the ship too well. I'm just going to start designing it, and then we'll see what happens. I'm going to do 1 by... God, these are going to be expensive. Perfect. All right. Save. All right, so that one's done. Are you working from home? Yes, so I am working from home. Yeah, it is Corellian. I mean, most ships are Corellian in the Star Wars universe. They're either Corellian, they're from Senior Fleet Systems, or what's the X-Wing? Forget what the X-Wing is. Crap, something shipyards. Anyway, Incom shipyards, Incom, something like that. But yeah, otherwise Corellian. I mean, any frigate that you see, the Tantive 4 is a Corellian ship, the Millennium Falcon's a Corellian ship. A lot of the kind of freighters and frigates are mostly Corellian. They just build these like really tough, reliable ships. So, all right, so that ship is done. Did you like G.I. Joe as a kid? The CS-1 Corellian shuttle has no weapons, and the Meson Martinet, which is Crimson Corsair ship, is the only Corellian shuttle which has weapons. Yes. So, yes, I did like G.I. Joe as a kid. I had a lot of G.I. Joe figures. I had a lot of Transformers. I had a lot of G.I. Joe figures. I had a lot of toys, period. Transformers, Lego, robotics. We had Crystar. We had Mask. Had a lot of Mask. I loved Mask. That's one property I wish would come back, is Mask. I also had an idea about to use the buildable figures that they use for Star Wars and whatever in Lego to rebrand as Centurions. Remember Centurions? Oh, Centurions. I would love to bring that back with the buildable figures, and they have them just with the blue in the face, and the blue and the yellow and the green, and then you can just attach parts to do whatever mission they're on. I think it lends itself perfectly. I don't know why they didn't do it. Do they have any Nissans? It's a Chevy truck, a Corvette. Yeah, I get you. Woo, studio audience. All right, while you guys discuss real quick, I'm going to go refill my beverage.
And we hope there's some people watching out there at home. God bless you guys. Be safe. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to do this evening. As some of you may know, we tour all year around the world, but this weekend, particularly St. Patrick's Day weekend, when we play
all right.
down in Boston.
Perfectly timed that to where there was also no music. So this is the bar that we go to. That's local. Growler Bar. Shout out Growler Bar. They were doing some drive-up stuff today, so if you wanted to put an order in, they would meet you out by your car and give you a crowler or a small growler or a regular growler. So I got a small growler, 32 ounce of my favorite stout, Temptress. Very dark. You eat it with a fork. Can you build a Hiss tank or a Vamp Keep? Beverage. I'll tell you what, Chris, because you're you, I might start adding G.I. Joe vehicles to my list. Little Microfighter ones like this, and I'll just make them all small. Problem with that is there's a lot of... so I'm going to do a new model here. A lot of those guys are already kind of small. They're like personal craft. So this is the Crimson Corsair, or Sidon Ithano. Sidon Ithano. I'm going to try to recreate him in minifigure form. Let's see, does he have a gun belt of some kind? Let's just give him black. Leg left. And since he is red, we're gonna. Oh, those are like purple. We do purple, dark red. Oh wait, dark red. And I apologize if I missed your comment. I'm trying to do a couple things differently. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Comic Tropes. Chris, I have a question for you. Your on your channel, your intro sounds like it says Comic Tropes. Was that intentional? Is that an inside joke? Was there something that I'm missing? Why it sounds like the guy is singing Comic Tropes? If you guys don't know, you should look up. So the commenter on YouTube right now, if you're not in YouTube, is his name's Chris Pierce. He's got a channel called Comic Tropes, and he does deep dives into a lot of comic lore, comic industry, news creations, where people came from, backgrounds of artists and writers and publishers and things like that. It's very good. It's very smart. It's very in depth. He just got his silver YouTube button for getting like 100,000 subscribers. So that's awesome, man. I knew Chris from way back in days when we were all wanting to be comic book artists, and some of us made us, and some of us didn't, and some of us went on to be 100,000 subscriber YouTube people. So I applaud his. You should go subscribe to his channel. It's really great. See, that's what I thought. It's made by a guy from Brazil. So when I first thought, I was like, this is read by somebody who is not a native speaker. So, and I think it works. It works great for the thing that it is, but it's kind of like, what? You know? I think it's funny. Okay, so his torso is basically just a red torso. I'm going to do something with a robe on it, though. Ah, oh, look at that. What color does that come in? Red. Yeah, I'll allow it. And then he's got gloves. That's just on right. Oh, you. Stop. Oh, stop. Woo! So yes, to answer somebody's earlier question, I am working from home generally. My company has decided that they need to follow protocols and stuff, and allow you to work from home if possible. We are a service organization, so there's a lot of us who do have the ability to work from home. The problem is I work in IT, and I will need to be. There's a couple of us that are going in every other day, or trading days to go in and hand out laptops to people. So we had to order a bunch of extra laptops so more people could work from home if they didn't already have a home computer. And apparently, shockingly, a lot of people don't have home computers. I'm one of them. I actually don't have. Let's just do black. I don't have a home computer. The computer that I'm doing stuff on now, this is Beth's Mac, and I've got my work computer, which I'm just watching chat on over here. So I don't want to install anything on it. So like Studio's not on it, OBS isn't on it, nothing's on it like that. I'm just using a browser for everything. But yeah, I'm working from home now. Do you collect blind bag minifigs? No, I do not. I never got into the. Oh man, I'm totally effing you guys over here with the building. There we go. Sorry. I just realized that you're just looking at my face talking while I'm designing. I've done that quite a bit. Do you collect blind bag minifigs? No. I have a lot of minifigs, but they all come from Star Wars ships for the most part. I do get random sets every once in a while. That's not what I wanted. This is a regular cape. The problem with capes and in studio is that they do not. What is colors this come in? Oh, of course, none of these. Well, you know what? This is going to have to be this because I had to do this cheat with Lando Calrissian too. It's a full cape, not a half cape. What am I doing? I just never got into minifigs. I really didn't. I see the appeal, but at the same time I'm like, I don't. I see the appeal, but at the same time I don't see the appeal. This is a half cape. Let's do that one because I can't. There's no folding these. They haven't fixed the cape. They just did a thing in studio where you could make the tubes bend certain ways, but and chains move and stuff, but they haven't done anything with capes. So I do this cheat where I get a little half cape and just kind of cram it in there. And it'll just have to do. Yep, perfect. All right, now the fun part is going to be, the music shouldn't be a problem. It's a live thing. Oh, yeah, I scrolled way back. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Now his head is unique, and the problem is I don't think I'm going to be able to find one now. But if you are interested, there is a site called Big Kid Bricks that does custom minifigure designs and builds, and you can buy them. If you want, you can ask about them, and he might be able to like build it for you if you request it. But very likely, he's already done it. So I'm going to see if he's got a Sidon Ithano. And my guess he's already has one. Which means after I design this, I'm going to go over here and buy this figure. So there you go. You can go to Big Kid Bricks and get all your custom minifigs done. And I'll probably get this one for this build when it's back in stock. But as you can see, it's $30, $33 to get this, minifigure. So this is why I don't collect minifigs. I'd rather get custom built ones, but whatever. Least favorite Star Wars movie. Least favorite Star Wars movie's got to be Attack of the Clones. It's just terrible. I mean, it's a close call between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and I'll tell you why. I don't really care why. It's just not. It's not edited well. It's not acted well. It's not written well. It's just bad. I mean, there's bits that are okay, like the part toward the end when they're fighting in the big tournament and they fight the beasts, and then the drop ships come in, the gunships come in, and out of stock. No, they come in and save all the Jedi. That's a pretty good scene. But there's almost literally nothing else about that movie that's any good. It's so just terrible. It's so bad. And I get why people get on the newer movies because they... Did I do that? Because they may have giant plot holes, or they may have... maybe a helmet. Maybe there's a helmet right there. Because they may be derivative, they may have giant plot holes, they may make no sense, they may have like inconsistencies in like the universe. But in terms of actual production value of a movie, they they just blow the prequels away. They blow them away, right? And I want to go to a movie and be entertained, and then later go, oh, that wasn't that great, right? But in the moment, I want like candy for my eyeballs, and just to go, oh, I'm a child and this is fun. The prequels, I didn't have that, right? And I get that Star Wars is made for kids, and I want to feel like that. I want to feel like a kid when I'm watching this movie. But as soon as I feel like an adult that's insulted, I'm no longer enjoying that movie. So I love going to the sequel movies. They're fine. They're not great. They're fine because I'm entertained while I'm watching them. But the prequels are like, we would just come out of the theater going, what the hell, man? What was that? The Revenge of the Sith was okay. Exactly. One moment, 3PO bumbling around, going, "Oh, I'm beside myself," and whatever stupid puns he was making. And I get that they're the droids, they're the everyman, they're supposed to be relatable, whatever. But oh god, I could go all night on this. So thanks for the question, Chris, but I'm gonna move on because it's just terrible. And I'm not done yet, apparently. The arguments that I see online just floor me too. Like, I have no idea how anyone thinks that. Maybe because it's the same thing I have with the original trilogy, because I'm 40, almost 47 years old, and I grew up with the original trilogy, and those will always be sacrosanct, right? But sorry, I just caught the song. And I know a lot of younger people will, like Beth loves the Return of the Jedi. She's a little younger than me, and so she loves that. I'm just gonna have to find something here in a second because we're not even getting to the ship. And she loves Return of the Jedi, and so I get that as like that's her favorite movie of Star Wars. And I'm like, really? Not Empire Strikes Back? She's like, no, I grew up with Return of the Jedi, so that's the one I like. I'm like, okay. So I'm just going to do this, and then we're just going to give him something to be done with it. So I get that maybe somebody younger than maybe 35 would be like, yeah, I grew up with the prequels, and those were my movies, and I love all these characters, and blah, blah, blah. So, okay, fine. But I almost want to take, like, somebody who's never seen any of them, and this is a big ask, has never seen any of them, and sit them down and say, okay, I'm sorry to do this to you, but we're going to make you watch 9 movies with no context, right? Like, you're an alien, you've not visited Earth before. Wolfhead. We need you to rank these movies. And just have them kind of... There's not going to be anything that looks like this guy. It's going to be insulting to even try. Maybe that. Alright, done. I don't even care anymore. Alright, so... Moving on, we gotta kind of crank through this here. I think it's just gray and yellow. We're just gonna go with dark gray and yellow as the color scheme. Okay. Yeah, Marge's hair. So he's good. I'm just gonna he's gonna be grouped. And this is one of those, since he's got the cape, he's not gonna sit in the ship. He's just gonna stand next to it. So I'm gonna think that he's gonna sit kind of mid-ship right here. There's not a lot that's going to be similar between... This is like... I keep seeing... Hi, Rachel. How's it going? Rachel always watches the stream, and I'm really... Thank you, Rachel. Rachel lives like a mile from me, and she always tunes in, and she never says anything, but I know she's always here, so that warms the cockles of my heart. Okay, so there's a lot of things that are similar here. Here's the rockets, the engines, and the thrusters from the CSS shuttle. This looks very either Millennium Falcon or Tantive 4 right here, this kind of midship. This is a very Corellian design. This looks a lot like the Ebon Hawk, the front of the Ebon Hawk. This in the back, I don't really have any idea. So if I wanted to, I could probably open up 3 of these different files and cobble them together. But let's just see what we can do. So we're going to have a guy sitting, and here's the fun part of this, is I'm going to do this whole thing again. So I can have somebody sit in the thing. And it goes away.
And check out cladofund.org. And
oh God, these guys are so Boston. Check out cladofund.org.
Babysitting and childcare for the doctors.
So Boston. I wonder if they've got that smart pack for the car. Did you park it in Hartford? I parked it, then I unparked it, then I parked it again. Chris, you're from Boston, aren't you?
Next, we're going to get to answer
let's see, torso.
We're not going to get bogged down on this, just a few. So I had him. Question number 1. What else would you expect?
Torso plane.
Tom Brady, WTF. Yes.
Tom Brady, WTF. Yes, we know. I went to the Lego store today, and it's closed for a few weeks. Yes. You want to build the Razor Crest so badly. So 2 thoughts on that real quick. The Razor Crest, have you pre-ordered it yet? I am like this close to pre-ordering it, but I don't think I know if they do. Like, I'm worried that the pre-order will charge my card. Somebody help me out on this. If you pre-order something, does it charge your card automatically, or does it wait till it ships, especially Lego? Need to know. Cookies. Cockles. Cockles. You naughty boy. Because I want to pre-order it. Because, hey, I've got the instructions for this online. Go buy one for $1. Go buy the instructions for $1. Links in the description. No, that's not right.
Blends in with the last question because.
So yes, I want to get the Razor Crest. I think it's going to be a fun set. I think it's going to be one that I'll keep together for a while. Supposed to wait till it ships. Glenn, you're a hero. Yeah, kid. Haha, fuck, buddy. That's always what I think of when somebody's talking about Canadians, because I think of Ryan Reynolds on the Graham Norton show, and he's like, yeah, it's like the Aboot and all the project and the schedule and things like that are kind of Canadian or French Canadian. But he's like, honestly, the thing that we say all the time to each other that is kind of more Canadian than anything, he's like, fuck, buddy. That always cracks me up. All right, so this is going to be a real basic ship. We're going to do a 2x8 plate to start. I don't want to get too big, but this is going to be kind of a big ship. Yeah, we'll just go there. Well, let's just do that. There's no real, like, if you look, there's no real part on this that really screams out it has to be a certain Lego piece. So, oh, what was the other question you have? Yeah, so I just found out that our Lego store is closed too, which makes me sad because Beth is she works at Hallmark.
The crowd is going wild.
And they're not closed yet. So, I mean, it's management that dictates this. It's not like the mall is closed or something. It's kind of a...
All right, so speaking of Jerry
seems to be dark,
single,
bluish gray. Hey, man, all the people who are watching, I really appreciate you coming by. Feather Johnston, how's it going? Waves to you. I'm really glad that you took the time out tonight on St. Patrick's Day of all days to spend your social isolation with me while I'm just playing with Lego. Super appreciate that. So I'm going to do 1x1 brick stud. We got some Dropkick Murphys. We got some Imperial Stouts. It could be worse, right? Is there going to be enough to hold that out there? I think we should do 1x2 brick stud. So, Chris, what is the secret of your success, buddy? How did you get to 100,000 subscribers? You must work night and day promoting your channel. Oh, no. I reset my my chat. Hang on. See my profile. I've got something going on. People don't take me away from my people. Yay, they're watching me. Thank you, guys. I'm excited to see you in Season 2 of LEGO Masters. You don't know the story, do you? Glenn, I'm not going to complain about it, okay? I'm actually considering going and watching several episodes of the show. So we're good, right? Chris, I auditioned for LEGO Masters and it was not cast. They went with somebody else, and that's fine. I was a normal-looking white dude with no real shtick or anything like that, and I get it. It's reality TV, and they needed to do something else. That's totally cool. That said, I have not seen the show, but I hear it's very entertaining. Yeah, Glenn, gasp. Let's see. This is going to be like a big old, like, thing like that. Nope. Glenn, I'm growing up. I know, but you'll be in Season 2. If there is a Season 2. Was there a Season 2 in the UK/Australian version? I don't know. Oh, okay, so consistency, and I was fortunate enough to get boosted by some fellow celebs along the way. That's great. When I saw that today, I'm just like, that is so freaking great. So now I can say I knew you win. Like, I tell, when I was watching, my girlfriend and my fiance and I started watching Walking Dead. I'm like, oh yeah, I know those guys that made the show. And she's like, what? I'm like, well, I met Tony Moore a couple times. And I think I said hi to Robert Kirkman. But we were all pencil jack people. You know, they were farther along were successful cartoonists and comic book people at the time. And I wasn't. I came in at the end of the Wizard World message board thing, and kind of caught everybody kind of as they were hitting it. So it was kind of funny to watch. They just keep updating it. I'm not really sure what's going on here. So, all right, this has got a big, like, wide thing right here, but it's got these giant guns right here, and there's no real way to put these on here. So I might do. This is going to be a cheat and a half, but. Ha ha ha. Look at that hot nonsense. Oops. Yeah, it's a trap! Alright, so this is going to be binoculars, because these can be dark gray. So there's the turrets that we see right there. And then over here we'll do the one by one around. Oh wait, no, I want to do. Wait a minute. So this is going to be dark gray. This all has to be dark gray. Because I'm going to do 1 by 4. They couldn't care less. I felt like I once got Walking Dead Edition Tucson at work and was selling it. I told the customers I worked on the comic. They couldn't care less. I'm still in touch with them. I proofread the entire run of Walking Dead. Funny story. I once got Walking Dead Edition Tucson at work and was selling it. I told the customers I worked on the comic but couldn't care less. Felt like an asshole. Oh man, yeah.
Oh,
Comic book work can be like really,
how's everyone doing out there? You liking the new music out there in the world?
really demeaning. I mean, it's like you work so hard and so long to get so little attention and not praise, but like any kind of recognition. You know, you break your back doing it, and it's a brutal business, man. I'm kind of, you know what? I'm kind of glad I didn't get into it. I really wanted to, but I made the stab and I decided I wanted to have a family instead. And I'm kind of glad I didn't. Although, to be fair, sometimes I pull out some old artwork or somebody asks me to draw something and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And then I'm like, man, I should do this all the time. Does this have anything specific? Yeah. So let's see if there's a pattern. I've been doing nothing but listening to like Flogging Molly for the past like month. I think Beth is probably getting tired of me.
And traveled many miles, shook 1,000 hands, and seen my share of smiles.
All the Irish punk I can get. Ooh, what is that one? Can I do that one? No. I would just do blank. Don't care. This really isn't. Is it Irish punk from Boston? I'm sure it's Irish. Alright, so I want to do Oh, you know what I should do? No, let's do 1x2 plates. This is totally going to be reworked, by the way, because I'm just like blazing through this. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, you stupid. Alright, so I'm going to need a... I kind of thought that might happen. Well, Chris, I wish you the best of luck with continuing forward with your YouTube channel. I think that's fantastic. Having met you a couple times, hung out with you a couple times in conventions and just when we went up to Boston that one time. You're a good dude, and I hope that at some point you get to 500,000 million. That'd be sweet. That'd be super sweet, yo. Damn, too slow. Wait. Use the stud that's third. I don't know. Oh, I think you're just pulling my leg at this point. Let's do 1x2 jumper. Yeah, you know what? You should come to Austin. You can stay here. I mean, we're not in Austin. We're north of Austin. But you could stay here. We'll go to breweries. We'll go to comic stores. We'll go to concerts or comedy clubs or whatever you'd like to do, man. That'd be fun. It's been years, yo. I think I should do this in yellow, too. Is that too much yellow? The Facebook thing keeps looking like it's I'm not updating, so okay. Maybe not. Instead of a flat stud, use the one that has a hole through it. On the side, instead of a flat stud, use the one that's got the hole through it. Not sure what you mean. This one? Like that? I'm actually going to do, I don't know what colors I can do this. Oh my god, really? Oh wait, hide unavailable colors. Can I do a yellow? What? I'm going to do that. Because it's kind of angled. Something like that. How much are those? 20 cents. Oh, there's a new piece. I don't know if it's going to be in here or not. It might be. Yeah. I don't think this is going to be... Yeah, that's too big. Let's just do a 1x1 tile. Oh, moving too fast now. What's up, yo? You know what's funny? You would think that his ship would be red. Glenn is watching. Hi, Glenn. I know you're watching. Hi, Laura. Thanks for joining me on the Facebooks. The single round stud. One by one round. That one. I still have to put a front on this too. It looks like it's kind of angled under. Could I do one of these? Depends on what. Oh, that's gross. One by 4 plates. I've probably moved on so far past what you were talking about, dude. I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. Sloop. So this is kind of what I was thinking, but it just seems like it's a little more bulky in the front. If I can watch, I'll tell you what, if I can get away with watching like live stuff while I'm doing this, that'd be amazing. Alright, so that's kind of the front end, and guess what I haven't done the entire time? Save.
This one's for everybody working so hard to keep all of us safe and show up whether they got protection or not, putting themselves in harm's way so others can be okay.
Harm's way. Putting themselves in harm's way. Mm-hmm. Oh, can I put a plate across that? I can't. Sarah Bolton Silverman is watching. Hi, how are you? Thanks for joining. I'm back. Just had chicken and rice for supper. Woo! Titus Huey, thanks for coming back. We had chicken and rice last night. We had chicken. I did a nice pan-fried chicken with like some rosemary sprigs and garlic cloves and some thyme and salt and pepper. And then we had pan-fried broccoli, asparagus, mushrooms, and then some rice. Because you need your veggies. But we are all trying to lose weight. So that's how that goes. I think I need more greebling in there, but I'm just going to do these. What type of car Han Solo drive? A Honda. I see we're into puns. Let's do this. I have no idea what the underside of the ship looks like. I'm guessing sort of like this side. So I'm going to dress it up a little bit. Get rid of that. Sorry, Chris. I don't know what you were mentioning there earlier. Apologies. And then we just got a big old rack of engines back here. It looks like there's only two, and then there's probably like I don't know, the bridge is up here, and you've got a loading dock over here. Or these are escape pods probably. Maybe the loading dock's back here. No? I don't know what I did there. I keep trying to rotate this like I can... Alright, so... I just keep flipping back and forth, sorry. Alright, so 1x2 tile. Maybe a hole. Let's do. I've never done this before.
Right.
2x4.
All right, I think we're safe. I think we're getting to the point in the show where we're safe from being overtaken. Plus, the doors are locked there, so I think we can say openly now that we want to thank Tim and everyone here at Events United for putting this on for us. They get all the stuff here, the lights, the cameras, the audio.
This is so great. I love the fact that Dropkick Murphys is doing like a live YouTube show just for people who can't get out. I think that's so magical. I mean, it sucks that it had to be on something like, you know, a global pandemic, but...
It was brought to my attention recently that if the NHL season doesn't resume, the team, I don't know if this is correct, but Craig Gianni put it out there, so he can't be wrong, that if the season ends now, the Boston Bruins, who have the most points in the NHL, would be the Stanley Cup champions.
Oh, I'm about ready to swear.
We got the cup.
I don't know if anybody heard that.
We want to win it the right way, but Tom Brady just left us. We'll take whatever we can get right now, you know?
If anybody heard that about the Stanley Cup, since the Bruins have the most points in the NHL right now, they would be the champions of this league if it gets pushed back. Oh, my Avalanche are like in third place right now. I'd be so mad. So what part count are we at? Minus this guy. 65? That's pretty good. Oh, this has got these weird little stanchions on the top instead of like out of the side. This is going to be fun. Let's just do 1x1 brick and see what's a fun piece. Because I've got this gap in here where I don't have to put anything. It's already built in. But what's a fun thing we can put in there? No, nothing's really springing to life. Maybe one of these, and then I can do something on the bottom. Can I do this in dark gray? Yes. Ooh, what can we put there? Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to do brackets on this because that seems like an appropriate use of brackets. What color can these guys be? They can be dark gray. And just in case, dark gray. These can't. Oh, they can. Interesting. Alright, cool. Everything's dark gray. This is going to be expensive because dark gray is not cheap in some of these like brackets and whatever. In Star Wars canon, one of Crimson Corsair's crew is a clone medic named Kix. Yes, that is correct. If you look up this picture right here, you can see there's Kix.
Stuck in Florida with his family and his kids, and we didn't want to put him on an airplane.
I don't know what that guy is. That's the Crimson Corsair, Sidon Ithano. There's a Twi'lek, Reveth. There's a Gamorrean, Squeaky. That's Kix. Are you guys caught up on? Are you guys caught up on Clone Wars? I hope y'all are caught up on Clone Wars. I really like the first few episodes. I think it's really great. I like the switch from like the original cinematics that we got. The story changed just a little bit. It's pretty good. Titus Huey asks, what's your favorite Star Wars bounty hunter? That's a very good question because there are so many and I like different ones for different reasons. So I'll tell you the things I like about most of them and then I'll see if I can come up with like a better answer than just, well, all of them. So obviously everyone thinks about Boba Fett because he's the first bounty hunter we really ever see. What color can this be? Black. Barf. It's a black throne set. So there are many reasons to like Boba Fett, but I, as somebody who plays a lot of Battlefront, and I mean a lot of Battlefront, he's kind of like he's this weird sort of fly around and try not to get shot kind of guy. He's got a lot of gadgets, and you know he kind of relies too much on his technology, but he's got to be pretty smart to have gotten where he is, as from a child to 40 or 50 years old before he got eaten by the Sarlacc. So, I know what's going to go right here. Man, ingots. So, I like him, okay, but I use him a lot in Battlefront, and I probably shouldn't rely on him too much. Yeah, I don't think that was gonna work. I also like I'm a big fan of Dengar because he just seems like a dude who gives no F's whatsoever. And in the old Battlefront, in the 2015 Battlefront, he was so much fun to play. Just he like rushes in and he throws bombs everywhere, and he like whips around and smacks people with his blaster, and it was just a lot of fun to play. I do think, however, that Cad Bane is probably my favorite. I think the Clone Wars did Cad Bane, between him and Hondo, I think those were kind of the standout new characters in the Clone Wars. I just loved everything about Cad. I loved the way he overplanned everything, and he had like an exit strategy for just about every situation, and he was kind of a jerk to everybody and could get away with it because he was good at what he did. I loved his voice. I really liked that character. So yeah, that's probably a Cad Bane. I mean, I like a lot of the others. Like Bossk is pretty good. I like playing Bossk in Battlefront. I wish he would have got more play. I don't kind of like the whole idea of, hey man, you got a question for me, says Dara. I don't like the way his species is portrayed as like the mindless hunters. I think it was a kind of 2D stereotypical kind of thing, and it felt kind of flat to me. But I like Bossk. Okay. And I like the fact that he's apparently really old and nobody really notices it. Aura Singh's a good character in Clone Wars, but I wouldn't say she's my favorite. And there's a bunch that kind of fall by the wayside because they're like, they show up and they're not there, like Zam Wessel, and I know almost nothing about like Forlom and Zuckuss, and Dash Rendar is a smuggler. He's not a bounty hunter. Trying to think of some other bounty hunters. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Cad Bane. I really liked him. The introduction of him in the Clone Wars was just, I liked every episode of that he was in. All right, so we've got kind of the body here. Now I need to just attach some engines, and we're gonna go basically with the 2x2 rounds. What kind of pasta do I like, says Dara. And Dan is watching too. Hi, Dan and Dara, my neighbors. Are we not doing pizza? Are we doing pasta, not pizza? If pasta, Beth likes spaghetti and meatballs, and I like carbonara. Does that help? Let me know if that helps. So here's something that I don't like about this design so far, is that it is kind of fun up here, but then burp, it's got a big plate right there, which is kind of how the Microfighters that LEGO put out were like. Like, the Star Destroyers all looked like this. They were like, yeah, there's a big plate down here, and then, oh, look at all this fun stuff up here. Yeah, pasta. Hi, Dan. Yeah, so spaghetti and meatballs for Beth, that's her go-to, and then my go-to is always going to be carbonara. I think I'm going to do... No, that's going to be fine. Oh, you know what I can do? I just thought of this. 2x2 Heck yeah. Dropkick Murphys. Dan and Dara, are you watching the Dropkick Murphys concert? I don't know why I'm not more into them than I am. Nope. Alright, so that should give us the little stagger back here. Probably not a lot of yellow in here anymore, but these need to be... You know what? Let's make those yellow. Cheat. Yeah, pasta. Okay. What is your favorite bounty hunter, Titus? You let me know. I don't know. I've answered the question. Who is your favorite? No, I was going to say Jedi, but that's kind of oh, that's a pretty broad question. What's your favorite Jedi? Question out to the chat. Who's your favorite Jedi? I know my answer. Oh, yeah. I can't believe I can get away with that. Truncated. Can you get that in dark gray? I cannot. Nope. Dag nabbit. That would have been perfect. Just listening secondhand. Ah, okay. Well, I'll turn it up. A little cover action going on here. Bosk. Yeah, Bosk is a good character. I love the kind of... The reason I like Bosk is it's a good counterpoint to what I didn't realize at the time is it's a good counterpoint to the Wookiees, where the Wookiees are very kind of natural, not natural, but like very nature-loving, and they're harmonious with their environment. And the Trandoshans are very... We're just going to hunt the crap out of Wookiees. You know, they give no craps about anything else. So it's kind of this weird... It's not predator prey because the Wookiees can stand up on their own, and you know they're terrifying if they need to be. But at the same time, you're like, don't mess with that Wookiee.
All right, we're gonna keep this party rolling. We're trying to just play the music. You know what I mean? It's tough times.
Yeah, it is tough times there, guys. Thanks for playing. I appreciate you.
We want to help you take your mind off your problems. You know, for a couple of
mind
hours.
off your
Think about our
problems.
Yeah. Look at us.
So now I need to figure out some engines, and I don't know.
It's like to be a 50-year-old punk rocker. He's in his 50s. I'm in my 50s. Well in.
Holy crap.
If you're 51, you're in your 50s. If you're 50, you're just 50. And once you get into your 50s, you forget how old you are.
I'm almost 50.
Anyway, all right. Before we do this next one, we haven't done in a while. I want to send dedicated
so
to
I kind of want to use
passed away. Donna Backmayer and
this, but I fall into this trap using
Boston
these stupid
legend,
bricks.
A good friend of ours, a good friend that's
yeah, and that's
everybody
part
knows
of it
in the
is
city
that
of
I
Boston,
can't
Michael
get the
Hoey,
right.
Who, just passed away. His wake was yesterday, funeral today, and no one forgets Michael Hoey. He'll never be forgotten. So
Totally love Plo
Michael,
Koon, Obi-Wan Kenobi, because he's smart, and the meme, and you know, hello there. But my number one fave Jedi is Obi-Wan. I'm gonna have to go with. I agree with you on that. I think my favorite's also Obi-Wan. I do like Plo Koon. I really do like Plo Koon. He's sort of that mysterious, wise, not not going to open up too much and not offer too much and everything. But he's really great. Trying to think of who else I really like. I think I'm a Kit Fisto fan. He seems to kind of be like a, hey man, life is good. Let's go be Jedi. You know, very fun and friendly and quick to smile. I'm trying to go back to some EU characters, but the problem with EU is until Disney got a hold of it, and there was the prequels where it talked about like a lot of Jedi show, as in like the Council and everything on everybody on Coruscant and the Clone Wars and everything. There really wasn't a lot of Jedi, right? There were characters. There was like Luke and Jaden and Jason and Revan and those kind of characters, but there wasn't like you had hundreds to choose from kind of thing. So it's hard to say. I do like Obi-Wan. I think he's one of my favorites. But oh, don't give out on me now. Where are we? I hope they do an Obi-Wan movie before Ewan McGregor gets too old. You know what? If Ewan McGregor gets to be in his late 40s, early 50s, it'll be perfect because he'll be like that transitioning age between. There's also a deep fake. I forget who does it. It's not AD edits, but there's a deep fake of Ewan McGregor as they deep fake him into Obi-Wan's bit in A New Hope, and it looks really weird. It looks really weird. You should go check it out. When you guys come over tonight, I'll pull it up. I don't know what's on the back side of this, but I'm a big fan of. Brackets. Can these be dark gray? Please say they can be dark gray. Yes. Yes. Let's just do 1x1 slope. I have no idea what goes on in the back of this ship, but let's just make it this, shall we? Good. That works, right? That looks fun. Well, we're getting down to the end of it. We got about 5 minutes left or so before this is not a legal build. I don't know how else to do this. But that's the right. But then I can't put anything else on it. So jumper there. So yeah, I was saying, really appreciate the guys, those of you who have come by tonight and hung out. I hope you are doing well and you're taking care of yourself. I know that what we're going through right now is kind of crappy, but I think we can all pull through. I think we are going to be stronger than on the other side when this all gets done. And I hope that everybody washes their hands and stays away from big crowds and can travel. And I hope all your families are safe and sound and aren't, feeling bad. It's funny. I'm much more elegant doing this. But when I'm trying to concentrate on talking and designing at the same time, I turned into this sort of like, yay, I hope everything goes well for yous. I don't know. What color can that be? That can be... No? Okay. The options are so limited. Again, this is not really a legal build because you're using this. This jump into the hole, the Technic hole of the 2x2 is not technically legal, but I've used it a lot. On other things. And then 2x2 round tile. What color can I do? Can I do this color? Can I do this color? No. Actually, let's just do this one. Oh, you know what? Those hubcaps. Is that one word? Hubcap? Well. Hollywood Magic for the win. He'll never be too old. Oh, yes. So I used... Well, I'm going to look it up real quick. Hang on. Because I could use it really well in this model as well as the other models that I have. Now everybody's going to know my login. Login. Thank you. So just if anybody wanted to know, this is the wanted list that I have on Bricklink, which is kind of ridiculous. It's pretty extensive. It's all the Microfighters that I've designed, so all their parts are up here. These are all Microfighters, different micro. Look at that ridiculousness. Oh, it's so stupid. So I'm looking up the Razor Crest. Oh, but I've already built it. There we go. Okay. I forget. I'm looking this up. Wheel cover. Okay. What's the part number? There it is. And that can be in flat silver. Perfect. Oh, look at that. And on the back, I don't care what it is. Looks like it needs to be another yellow ring. And then maybe oh, my phone's gonna die. That doesn't look good. Lego Geek's back. Hey, Lego Geek, welcome back. So we're about done. I don't like this giant hole here, but I don't know what else to do with it. I'm gonna do a tunnel here. Oh wait, you know what else I'm gonna do? Brackets. And then another one of these. No. No, not even that. Nope, just leaving it.
Stick together out there.
No.
Take care of one another. We're all in this together. I want to send this one out to all our friends in Italy.
Oh, there. Italy.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark.
That looks good, right? All right, cool. I'm assuming that this is going to be red. Let's do trans red. Perfect. Saving. All right, so it is 7:35. Thank you, Lego Geek. I appreciate that. I have to get ready for people to come over and play some games and eat some dinner, watch the rest of this concert. But thank you guys very much for spending some time with me tonight while we designed the Meson Martinet, the Meson Martinet with a Sidon Ithano. That's a mouthful. And I think we got it pretty much done. I like the way that looks. It looks pretty good. Got the yellow and dark gray. And thanks again to the having the Dropkick Murphys in the background as music. I hope that doesn't get me kicked off YouTube, but you know, never can't. Might as well try, right? So This one's done. I'm going to try to do this again Thursday. I hope Beth doesn't have to work again on Thursday, but if she does, I'll be back here again probably a little later, maybe 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock like normal time. But keep an eye out, subscribe to the channel, follow on Twitch or Mixer, and you'll get alerts when it goes back out, when I get a new premiere thing published out so we know when it's coming up. And thanks again for stopping by, and I really appreciate it. And you guys have a happy and safe St. Patrick's Day, and stay safe out there, wash your hands, stay away from people, enjoy staying at home playing video games.